Hi
on.
everyone, right, back off my holidays, down the plot. Having a quick tally up of the total cost of damage from the storm. Had to hand pollinate the corn and I hope that we might actually get something, because with that strong wind it's just blown all the tassels out, so we live in hope. Picked some peas today and emptied the first carrot bins, got them out ready for spring onions. Now today I'm actually trialling some Timu or Temu products. This is their mesh, and these are their fiberglass hoops. The mesh, if I'm honest, it's fine, but let's just say I'm not very convinced by it. It seems too soft. This one we've got on here is I got this one from Wilko, so you know how old this is, and that, although this one's fine, there is a lot more weight in the material, so I think that is just too flimsy, but we're going to try it for the end of the year. We've got spinach in there and a bit of pak choi, and the idea here is we'll just pick what we want, and then the rest of that is just going to literally get ploughed into the ground as drop and dig. And I've got another load of lettuce and some more pak choi and some more spinach, which is going up into another bed. So let's go and have a look at these fiberglass rods. I've got some up here that I've got in the ground. Everything else seems to be surviving, even though we've been away. Rick, looking sorry for yourself. Right, these are them. Now, just stand back a bit, Zoe. Now, if you have a look at these, there are different sizes on these. These are 6mm and they're about 6 foot tall. I think they come in at about 1.9 meters. So if you are going to order stuff like this, you really do need to check the dimensions, because you'll end up with the wrong product. But they're quite good. They're fiberglass, and all you do is you grab hold of them like that. And what I do is I literally put it in the ground like that. Then you get the other one, cross it over, and you've got yourself an instant bit of crop protection. You could always cable tie them together, and I always find if you cross them over they become a little bit more rigid, especially if you was you know, like there, you could just cable tie that and that's quite rigid, so if you do get a bit of wind like we've got on here, they should cope with it. So it is, really is. Can't reach that one. That's simple. An instant bit of sort of crop protection. Now these feel okay for what they are. They're only 6mm thick, so they're not like, you know, but they actually feel okay. And we've got some down in the ground up there with a chilies and peppers on. They've been out and they've been through all this recent wind and they've actually survived. But the netting, I'm not 100% with the netting, but we'll see how it goes. You never know. So anyway, like I said, we've got something here gnawing on that. I think that's a rat's been at that, so it's a bit naff. We've taken some yellow ones off today. There was quite a few, so we've offloaded a few yellow ones. We've got some green ones coming back through. Yeah, still a way to go. The squash that we had in there, storm took that, just smashed it to pieces, so it was wasted. And like I said, I've been through all the tassels today, picking off a few and trying to hand pollinate the corn. It doesn't look too bad for some of it. Looks like we might get something off it, but as I've said before, each silk is 1 grain of corn, so it all needs to be properly pollinated. And you can see here, look, these are dropping now. And if you want to hand pollinate your corn, grab hold of the silk and then just literally rub the tassel into the silk as best you can. But like I said, there's not a lot left on these. We'll see what gives. So that's all done. Right, so a quick walk around. Leeks, despite getting battered few leaves, they're pretty tough plants, they'll survive. Pick some peas off here today. I'm just waiting for this bed to free up, and then I'm going to use this netting. This is another Wilko's sheet mesh, and where them fiberglass rods are, we're going to put the lettuce, pak choi and spinach in there. potatoes, we've topped them all. And then these 2 beds, probably tomorrow now, I'm gonna broadcast sow the mixed seed mix that I've got over there, purely for drop and dig later on. Probably round about end of November time, maybe, if it'll last that long. I'm not going to green manure this side because the soil on here it's already quite fine. You know, we've green manured this plot a couple of times now, and the soil we've got is quite fine. So I am going to green manure the other plot. But when you've got soil like that, I think green manure in it would be, I don't think it would be as advantageous as like if it was really lumpy, heavy soil. I would definitely green manure it. But that's what we're doing. That's what we're up to. So the plot is emptying. We lost all the beans. The wind just destroyed them, which I did suspect that they would do. And as we'd already picked off the bottom, the tops were just smashed up. So it was like, we'll get rid of them. We've still got a few dwarf beans left in, but not a lot. So we're just going to let these run, because obviously there's still flowers on these. These are only a dwarf version, so, which is why I tend to grow the dwarf versions. Get out, bloody things. So hopefully we'll still get something off these. There's a couple there just starting to come through, so hopefully we'll still get a crop off them, and then we'll lift all them out. But that's about it. A lot of our seedlings got smashed up as well, because we had them in there, the cover came off and it's just damaged them, and we've had a few slugs get into these cabbage in here. So I am going to re-sow cabbage and cauliflower. We'll pick a couple of lettuce off there today. Then the mixed seed, that's what we've got in there, and as you can see, it gets quite dense. So if you are doing the old school stuff like me, drop and dig, or you just want to grow compost and you've got an empty bed, that is just literally radish, turnip, bit of lettuce, just oddments of seeds that we just bang in there for absolutely no reason whatsoever. And we'll pick if we can get anything out of it. You know, it's handy if you want to make some compost. Look, there's radish there. Most of this I think is radish, but there is other stuff. Look, there's a bit of lettuce in here. We've got a rogue tomato plant. So it is quite dense, and there is other stuff in here. I just can't seem to find. It seems to be overrun. There's a bit of rocket there. Look, there is some. I think that is supposed to be like amaranth, or is it? It's quite spicy. I can't remember the name of it, but and then that is literally just going to get dug in. Sprouts are knackered. Not bothering with them. Onions are looking good. Had some radish out. Turnips in that bed want thinning, and this is what happens. This is literally what happened to the squash over the other side, but this is actually quite tame because it was quite sheltered over here. The winds ripped through that side and it just literally smashed them. So these will be getting turned in, and then this is going to be cabbage and cauliflower during the winter around that back there. Hence the reason why I wanted to get them in. But yeah, it's not too bad. Could be a lot worse. So anyway, that'll do for today. We'll see how Temu or Temu stack up for this year. Not convinced by that netting at all, but I do like the fiberglass rods. That'll do you. Zoe's behind the camera. I'm surprised she's been quite quiet. Normally she's tackling
Too hot.
Too hot. So there we go. It's not half bad. I've just got to try and rescue some of these seedlings because they need watering, because we've been away a while. It's been red hot, but we'll see how it gives. Well, have a good one. This is Paul and Zoe down on plot.